kiddos. I saw in the news earlier that I guess Donald Trump said that he would be okay if the State Department attempted to prosecute Julian Assange. Now, I really don't know how I feel about that. I have a lot of mixed feelings. One of the things I really appreciate learning in college is that there's a difference between right and wrong and legal and illegal. I never thought about it like that before. I had always kind of assumed, if something is wrong, it's illegal. But that's not necessarily the case. The state, being individual states or the federal government, decides what's legal and illegal, and sometimes it decides that things are illegal when it threatens itself. Sometimes the things that Julian Assange does, in my opinion, are right. But that doesn't mean it's not illegal. So it puts people like me in kind of a precarious situation. Do you want to arrest somebody and charge them with what I'm assuming are felonies? And at the same time think that what they're doing is right? When WikiLeaks exposed the connection between the DNC and some of the larger news outlets like CNN, that really pissed me off. I was super pissed when I found out about that. It's not that I didn't think it was happening, come on. But it's all about being objective. I'm sure I feel similar to a lot of you in that I don't feel like I can trust news sources anymore. And how sad is it that most people nowadays feel like they can trust organizations like WikiLeaks who knowingly commit felonies under different espionage laws against the United States and other countries, I'm sure, rather than trusting our own government and our own politicians. And I'm sure a lot of you can relate when I say I'm pissed off. If our politicians were more transparent, we wouldn't need organizations like WikiLeaks. But we have politicians saying things like, you need to have an opinion for the public and you need to have an opinion for your private donors. And if you don't know a lot about these political principles, I would suggest you pick up a book called The Prince by Machiavelli. This book is very similar to a sort of how to be a politician book. And while I think it's written from a pretty objective stance, there's a lot of things in there that seem really immoral, but really true. And these things are going on every day. Now, I don't remember exactly who said this. It may have been Assange himself, but somebody through the article said that prosecuting Julian Assange would be a degradation to the freedom of the press. The argument being that WikiLeaks is tantamount to a news organization, and that if you were to prosecute the head of this news organization, you would also be attacking the First Amendment. I think this is a stretch. There are relatively clear-cut laws about, who can report what. Hello? Emily, you a lie. I am not going to the Bahamas. Emily, stop. Stop. Emily, this is wrong. This is not true. Emily, please. Free food? Sorry, guys. Emily was trying to scam me. Oh, them Pirellis, though. Oh. It's like turkey neck, but 2 wheels. Hey, horse. Okay, sorry. Trying to get back to it. I'm stuck, guys. I need some help. As a country, what do? Judicially, do we prosecute someone who knowingly committed felonies? Do we take the intent into consideration? Particularly when we consider the value of the information that's been released through corruption in the military and our political leaders. Or do we understand that sometimes these decisions are incredibly complicated and they're not as simple as the black and white law makes them seem? Do we allow the Justice Department to exercise its own jurisprudence? Because they can't be objective. Some of the documents that WikiLeaks has released affects the Justice Department as well. So again, I appreciate the information, not so much the espionage. I think that what they're doing is right, and I understand that it's illegal. So I'm stuck. I need you guys' help. Hit me up in the comments below. Give me an idea of where we should go with this as a country. Do we prosecute Assange? Do we let him off the hook and continue to do what he's been doing? I can't decide. If you guys like the content in this video, hit the thumbs up button so we know to make more videos like this in the future. That guy's riding like me. Yoda! As a disclaimer, I'm a nobody on the internet, so my opinion means absolutely nothing. I don't represent any organizations, including the channel that you're watching. So if you find that you don't agree with any of the opinions in these videos, just remember, they're meaningless! And until next time, guys, subscribe or die!